Hello, my name is Kelly, and I'm a student at Monmouth University. And today I'm going to be talking about a historic and cultural icon listed on the National Register of Historic Places that was unfortunately lost due to change, interest, and disrepair. This is Palace Amusements in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Palace Amusements was located on Kingsley Street between Lake Avenue and the notable Cookman Avenue in Asbury Park. It began in 1888 when Ernest Schnitzler set out with an idea for a pleasure palace, a place for people to cool off from the sun at the beach, but as a way to keep the fun going during their leisurely time spent on the Jersey shore. Asbury Park and the surrounding area was a popular destination for tourists from the tri-state area, and the palace would soon be a popular stop in the seaside town. From February 1888 on, Schnitzler had planned for a carousel house, with a carousel holding 3 rows of approximately 70 hand-carved animals, most carved by Charles Louf, and a few imported from Philadelphia, designed by Gustave Denzel. By the summer of 1888, Schnitzler had opened his nearly 100 by 100-foot palace, originally called Kingsley Street Merry-Go-Round. In 1895, Schnitzler saw room for improvement. The building was expanded so that it could be equipped with a steam-powered Ferris wheel, unique for the time. From the wheel, riders were able to glimpse the Atlantic Ocean and the beautiful coastline. The palace soon became a big hit. In 1903, yet another addition was added in the form of the Crystal Maze, which also proved to be beneficial for the palace. By the time of the Great Depression throughout the 1930s, Schnitzler had sold his palace to August Williams, who was able to keep it afloat throughout the trying and difficult times within the United States. A saving grace during this time may have been the addition of the Fun House, which was full of fun and excitement even for repeat visitors. Dark rides and other indoor rides were soon also added during this time, in which the palace changed hands once again, this time to Edward Lange and Zimmel Resnick. Lange and Resnick further added arcade games, which were quickly becoming a popular pastime, including pinball machines, skee-ball, and even had installed a wax museum that was sent from New York. In 1942, Palace Amusements suffered a devastating fire, where 14 of its famed carousel horses were lost, but were reconstructed to make sure this popular attraction wasn't missed for too long. New Jersey's Turnpike and Garden State Parkway had opened in 1951 and 1955 respectively, and with more and more people traveling on the road, Asbury Park became an even bigger destination as it was more accessible for just a day visit. Throughout these years, bumper cars, art, decorations, and murals were added, giving the palace its distinct, recognizable look. One of the most famous murals was that of Tillie, a smiling caricature that had been the source of stickers, magnets, and other art to the present day. In 1985, Palace Amusements changed owners for the final time, now to the Vaccaro brothers, Sam and Henry. Business was good, crowds were steady, but it soon changed for the unfortunate worse. The scene of Asbury Park had changed, attracting not so wholesome crowds that once were, that the town was used to, and the shoreline was affected by waste, destruction, and lack of development. The Vaccaro brothers had hoped that by signing a deal with well-known developer Joseph Carabeda, it would bring life back to the palace and the surrounding areas. Carabeda had other plans, leading to the closure of the also famous Asbury Park Convention Hall, also leading Palace Amusements to close their doors on November 27, 1988. The Vaccaros were given just 90 days to sell off pieces of rides and equipment and ordered to vacate the premises, costing approximately 30 employees their jobs as well. Over the following decades, the building was abandoned, water damage was caused to the remaining structures, and the site was deemed unsafe. Despite this, Palace Amusements landed on the National Register for Historic Places in 2000. Although many locals and grassroots effort had tried to save the building, it was ordered to be demolished and was razed in May of 2004. These organizations were able to save important pieces of the palace, including some of the carousel horses, the Tillie mural, and many other pieces of art and decoration. Palace Amusements had become such a landmark in its time that it ended up gaining mention in Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run, and this type of notoriety poses the question, what would have happened if the palace was able to hang on just a few more years? Would it still be standing had enough money been raised to buy it? A famous figure such as Springsteen, could he have donated to the cause? This is an unfortunate reality of many places, such as Palace Amusements, for time to continue on without them, but the memories remain as fresh and alive as ever.